Hello Internet, I am the hero of Julios once again with another Digimon booster box unboxing. We got the BT12 set across time of the Digimon card game here today. I usually do two videos of two boxes, but unfortunately right now I only have one box to share, so there won't be another one unless I get my hands on one. But yeah, it features Digimon from the Cross Wars, the second half of it, as well as several of the main protagonist partner Digimon from the original series and onward. So, personally, I'm really hoping I get my hands on the Greymon line. We also get a box promo pack featuring a holo version of cards found in this booster, as well as a box topper pack with two rookie level Digimon promo cards. Now for my Schrodinger collection, I'm going to keep those unpackaged, but that's okay because we still have 24 packs to go through. So without further ado, we'll begin with the bottom two of the box as per usual. So our very first pack of BT12 features Pillowmon, a vanilla 2 cost to play, 1 to Digivolve, 4000 power. Then we have Impmon X Antibody, who can Digivolve off of Impmons, obviously. On play and when Digivolving, you can trash an option card to return an Evil, Wizard, or Demon Lord card from your trash to your hand. That has to be a Digimon specifically. Next we have Guilmon, a 302. His on play reveals the top 4 cards of our deck, and we can add all Takatos we find to our hand, placing the rest at the bottom of our deck. His inherited gives Growlmons and Gallantmons 2000 DP during your turn. Ooh, next is Otamamon. I've been looking forward to this little guy getting a card, so he's a 302 as well. He is an opponent's turn ability as an inherited. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, we can trash the bottom Digivolution card of one of our opponent's Digimon. So it kind of eliminates the incentive to attack with the opponent's Digimon. Keep in mind, though, if you're going to use this Digimon in your strategy, any simultaneous effects happen with the player's turn happening first. So if they declare an attack, they get all of their when attacking abilities before you get your opponent's turn abilities. Next we got Zenimon. They are a Digimon that has save in their text, so they count towards the main theme of the Across Time booster pack. 203, other than being able to Digivolve off any level 2 with save, there's really nothing else to say about them. They're just vanilla. Next we have Calamaramon, a 636 Digimon who can Digivolve for 1 off of Lanamon. We can Digivolve this card off of one of our blue Tamers as if they were a level 3 Digimon. And when attacking, we can play one blue level 3 Digimon card from one of our blue Digimon Digivolution sources without paying their cost. So it's a good way of getting a wide board with the help of some Tamer cards. Ooh, next we got Agumon, 312 Digivolving off black, or Digivolving for free off of a Koromon. His on-play reveals the top 4 cards of our deck, and we can add Greymon or Omnimon, and a Tamer with Tai Kamiya in its name. So this does count for any dual Tamers that involve Tai as well. Placing the rest at the bottom of our deck, his inheriteds give Greymon and Omnimons 1000 DP during all turns. Oh, next we have Ren, a 3-cost green Tamer. At the start of your main phase, we can play one Digimon card with save in its text from our hand under this Tamer to give one of our Digimon 2000 DP for the turn. When one of our Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with save, we can suspend this Digimon and place one card from under one of our Tamers as a bottom Digivolution to reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. That's going to be a big theme in this booster, is using the save feature to power up or shift around your Digimon a lot, so keep that in mind because we are going to have a lot of different colors with very similar effects. Next we have this yellow Koromon. Your turn once per turn. When one of your yellow or red Tamers becomes suspended, one of our opponent's Digimon loses 1000 DP for the turn. Then we have XVmon, a 424 off of both green and blue. When this Digimon would DNA Digivolve into a green Digimon, we gain a memory. And during our turn, as an inherited, he gives Imperial Dramon and Free Trait Digimon Jamming. And for our rares, we get V-Laser, a 3-cost blue. Trash the top 3 Digivolution cards of one of our opponent's Digimon. Then if we have a green Digimon, we can play a level 4 or lower blue Digimon with free in its traits for free. Nice. Security just activates its main effect. Oh, and finally we have Ancient Wisemon, 13/5/13. During our opponent's turn, when an opponent's Digimon attacks, we can reveal the top 3 cards of our deck and play a black card with a play cost of 6 or less among them without paying the cost, then trash the rest. So it's a great way to get some black Digimon out onto the board quickly. He also, like all the other ancient Digimon, when he is deleted, he can play a black level 4 or lower with hybrid in its traits from our hand without paying the cost. That's pretty nice. I like that the other legendary warriors are getting some support here so that we finally round out the whole list. I would like if we could get some fusion evolutions for those guys, but maybe in a future set. Our next pack contains another Impmon X antibody, another Agumon, and Mermaidmon, a 7/3/7 with an on-play and Digivolving that lets us place a blue Digimon, one of my other blue Digimon, as the bottom Digivolution card of this Digimon to gain 2 memory. So you can either play her for 5 or Digivolve her for 1, depending on how you're doing it. Next we have Betsumon, a 6/3/6, who Digivolves off of Save Digimon, and during all turns he gives 1000 DP. Next we have Growlmon, a 5/2/5. When Digivolving, if you don't have a Takato in play, we can play a Takato for free. It's a very common thing for champion level Digimon to get with their partner Tamer. His inherited gives Growlmons and Gallantmons an extra 2000 DP during your turn. You combine that with Guilmon, you got one beefy boy. Next we have a 6/3/7, a Metal Life Kawagamon. Just Digivolves off another save-type Digimon. But when this Digimon deletes an opponent in battle, you gain a memory. So this may be something to consider for something with piercing, but otherwise not super impressive, but it can fit in these rainbow save decks, so that's pretty good. Next we have the 2-cost option card, Home Run Blast. If we have a Tamer with the Hunter trait in play, we can use this card without meeting its color requirements. This helps get around the vast amount of different colors you'll be using in the Hunter deck. One of your opponent's Digimon loses 4000 DP. Then, if you have a Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards in play, one of your opponent's Digimon loses Security Attack 1 for the turn. Its security effect obviously just activates its main effect. Oh, speaking of save Digimon, we got Opasomon here with a lot of text going on. A 5/2/4 who can Digicross 2 off of save Digimon, or Digivolve off of a level 3 save Digimon. The on-play and when Digivolving for this card reveals the top 3 cards of our deck, and we can play an Aryu, Ren, or Ryuma among them without paying their cost, and then place the rest at the bottom of the deck. So it's a great way to get your Tamers out quickly. When attacking, if this Digimon has save in its text, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2000 DP. Ooh. Oh, that's a long name. This is Torikara Balmon. It's a little chicken nugget Digimon. When you play a green Digimon, this Digimon gains 2000 DP for the turn. So good if you're making a wide green board. Next we have Lanamon, which is a little harder for me to say because I'm used to the American dub where she was called Ranamon instead, but she is a 5/2/4. Digivolves for 0 off Calamarmon, which is nice, so you got that slide evolution going on between the two. You may Digivolve this off of one of your blue Tamers as if they were a level 3, so it's another hybrid for game type Digimon. When Digivolving, you can place a level 3 blue Digimon from your hand as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your blue Digimon to give it jamming, which is very nice. Jamming is a very powerful effect. And for our rares, we got Shining Blast, which at first does not seem very strong, but once your board is big enough, it is terrifying. For only 5 cost, if you can play a Marcus Daemon for free. Then, for each yellow and or red tamers you have in play, 3 of your opponent's Digimon, lose 2,000 DP for the turn. So, if you can get 5 tamers on the board, which is not hard for yellow to pull off, you can take 10,000 DP off of 3 of your opponent's Digimon. That is enough to turn almost any Digimon into a non-threat. And plus, you have red, which has a lot of deletion effects based on DP, so even if you don't outright destroy something, it will not be hard for you to finish it off. And our other rare is Tageru. He is a memory tamer, which is nice. He's a 4 cost to play. And during your turn, when one of your Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with save in its text, you can suspend this tamer and place 1 card from under one of your tamers as the bottom Digivolution card to reduce the cost by 1. So, if you have multiples of him on the board, you could make a Digivolution for free. It just depends on how many Digimon you have saved up to that point. Well, that was the bottom of the booster box, and usually we get something nice, but apparently that is not the case. So, with this next box, next booster, let's see if we can get something from the top 2 packs. First, we got Potamon, little potato french fry Digimon. He's a 6/1/6, which is really good for a, he's like, I don't know, he's a really thick boy for being only level 4. Unfortunately, that 1 to Digivolve does make him a bit of a tricky one to keep in your hand, but I don't know, he's food-based, so maybe someday food will get support. That would be funny. Next we got Choo-Choo-Mon. He is a Digimon, a 3/0/1 that's Digivolves off of save, and on deletion saves himself. During your opponent's turn, he gives a Digimon with save in its traits, blocker. So, Digivolving on top of him is extremely helpful, whether early or late game. Next we have Gekomon, a 4/2/5, who has the same inherited effect as Otamamon. So if you Digivolve on top of both of them, you could get rid of 2 of your opponent's bottom Digivolution cards with a single Digimon. Next up we got Agumon, a 3/1/2, who can Digivolve for 0 off Koromon, of course. His on-play reveals the top 4 cards of our deck and lets us add a Greymon and a Marcus to your hand. Anytime a Digimon can give you an on-play draw 2 is a very nice Digimon in my books. Its inherited effect, when one of your yellow or red tamers becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2,000 DP for the turn. Next we have Mercurymon, a 6/2/5. Digivolves 0 from Sephirothmon, and you can Digivolve him off of a tamer as if they were a level 3 Digimon. His on-play and when Digivolving, so you don't have to Digivolve to get this ability from him. Until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon gains blocker. And that can be Mercurymon himself, so if you have no other choice, you can still drop him down, turn him into a blocker, and hope for next turn. Next we have Shoutmon, a 3/0/1. He Digivolves 0 off of save Digimon and deletes saves himself. When attacking, if the Digimon has save in its text, we can delete one of our opponent's Digimon with 4,000 or less DP. Nice. Next we have Spiking Strike to go with that V-Laser earlier. A 3 cost to play that until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains. On deletion, trash the top card from your security stack. Then if you have a blue Digimon in play, you can play a green level 4 lower Digimon with free in its traits from your hand without paying its cost. This is a really nice card. I'm not really sure how I would use it, but I don't even know if I would use it in a green-blue deck. I know it has a great secondary effect of letting you play a green Digimon, but this would work great in a piercing deck where you destroy an opponent's Digimon, trashes the top of their security, and then you do your security checks. So I think this card's going to be a little stronger than it appears. Next we have is Kozenimon. When you play a Digimon with save in its text, draw 1. Mind you, this Digimon does have save in its text, so this can be one of your eggs for your main Digimon Hunters deck. Next we have Shoutmon King version, a 5/2/4 level 4 Digimon. On Digivolving from level 3 Digimon with save in their text, and he is capable of Digicrossing, so he could only cost 3 to play. His on-play ability, or when Digivolving, lets us play a Taiki, a Yu, or a Tageru from our hand without paying its cost. Then his on-deletion also saves him, but it also places a Digimon with save in its text from our trash under one of our tamers. So, if you start the game, play, Shoutmon with a Digicross, and Shoutmon somehow gets deleted, you can save both of your Digimon successfully, just as long as you have a tamer on the board. If this Digimon has save in its text as an inherited when attacking, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less, so the same as regular Shoutmon. Next we have Astamon here, a 7/3/7. He Digivolves 5 off of a Psychmon, or 3 from a yellow, green, or purple level 4 with save in its text, specifically those colors. When Digivolving, you may play one level 4 or lower Digimon with save in its text from under one of your tamers without paying its cost. If this Digimon, specifically this Digimon, has 4 or more Digivolution cards, it can Digivolve into Quartzmon and reduce the cost of that Digivolution by 3. When attacking, if this Digimon has save in its text, draw 1. Nice. And for our rares, we'll start with Balmon X Antibody, an 8/3/8, who Digivolves for 0 off Balmon, of course. When Digivolving, we can return an X Antibody from our trash to our hand. And when Digivolving, we can trash the top 3 cards of our deck. If this Digimon has Balmon or X Antibody in its Digivolution cards, we can delete one of our opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon instead. So you either trash or delete. You can't pick both. During your turn, while this Digimon has Wizard or Demon Lord in its traits, gain 2000 DP. It's a pretty solid inherited. Might be useful in a Beelzemon deck. Totally just depends on whether you're going for like major trashing or if you're trying to just go for the hard deletion abilities. Finally, we have Crossblade, a 9 cost to play red option card. That is a very expensive option card. We can delete one of our opponent's Digimon and then unsuspend a Shoutmon Cross 7 Superior Mode specifically and attack the player with it. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Its security effect deletes one of our opponent's Digimon, so it's a Gaia Force in security. But to be able to swing twice with your Crossmon Shoutmon Cross 7 and to delete an opponent's Digimon, I don't know. That 9 is a lot to pay. I don't think I would run 4, although I do love running a lot of hard deletion cards. It all depends on if you think you're going to get Cross 7 Superior out a lot, then I'd say go for it. If you think it's only going to be maybe once per match, maybe only consider running 1, maybe 2. No matter, though. Let's move on to the next one. We got Wisemon, a 6/4/6 Digimon. His on-play and when Digivolving reveals the top 3 cards of our deck, and we can add a purple or black card among them, Digimon specifically, to our hand and then place the rest at the bottom of the deck. Wisemon also gives blocker to any Digimon Digivolved on top of him. Then we have Agumon and Vmon, a 3/0/1. His on-play lets us look for Imperial Dramons or Digimon with free in their traits, and a Davis from our, those top 3 and add them to our hand. So much like that Agumon that I just put away, he is a on-play draw 2 if successful, which is very nice. His end of turn ability allows us to DNA Digivolve even if we've gone over to our opponent's turn. Then we got Chuchumon, another Potamon. Next we have Sagomon, a 7/3/7 who can Digivolve off save Digimon. When we would play this card from our hand, if our opponent has a Digimon with security attack in play, we can reduce the play cost by 3. So dropping this guy down for only 4 is not bad, actually. As when attacking ability, Until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon loses Security 1. So that's kind of cool. Plus, if you manage to Digivolve on top of him, you can create a cycle that allows you to play more of him easily. Alright, so for only 1 cost, we can play Lepalis's Demon. Its main ability is, until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's gains, start of your main phase, this Digimon attacks. Security adds it to the owner's hand. This is good to force a Digimon that your opponent might not have wanted to attack with to attack. Because they can't Digivolve, they can't DNA Digivolve, they can't use them as material for Digicrossing. They cannot do anything with that Digimon until after it attacks, whether that's attacking into your security or attacking into one of your big Digimon, or if you have a blocker on the board. However you do it, for only 1, you can potentially mess up your opponent's entire strategy. Ooh. This is a good one. This is a nice one. This is a Restordramon. He is a 6/2/5 that can Digivolve off of Save Digimon, of course. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has 2 or more Digivolution cards, it gains Rush for the turn, which I'm a little confused about that because it says when Digivolving, but if you're Digivolving, shouldn't you already have the ability to attack? So I'm wondering if this needs to be errated, or if maybe I'm not seeing something here, but you would have to have a lot of memory to successfully drop this boy, like to drop a level 3 Digimon and then Digivolve on top in the same turn. But I'm getting a little off subject with that, so let's go into the on deletion. If it is errated, I'll put that in the video. On deletion, it saves, but then you can place a save Digimon from trash under one of your tamers, so you get to save 2 things. And when attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon has save, draw 1. Very good. Next we have Sephiroth, who looks way different than he did in Final Fantasy VII. This is a 6/3/6 Sephirothmon who can Digivolve for 1 off Mercurymon, or for 3 off of a Black Tamer. When Digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains. Start of your main phase, this Digimon attacks. Gigimon adds 1,000 to the maximum of your DP deletion effects. And for our rares, we get another V-Laser. Oh, and we get Quartzmon, our first super rare. Quartzmon is a 16 cost to play, 15,000 power, Digivolves off of green, black, and white level 6 Digimon for 6 memory, or Digivolve 9 off a level 5 with save in its text. When Digivolving, you can suspend all other Digimon and all Tamers. Then, for every 2 Digimon suspended, Digimon and or Tamers, gain 1 memory. Now here's the crazy part. Other than this Digimon, all Digimon and Tamers don't unsuspend. So as long as Quartzmon's on the board, you better have other ways of getting rid of him. When attacking, you can suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. Then, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack for every 5 suspended Digimon and or Tamers. So, if you put this guy down, and when Digivolving suspends everything, gains a bunch of memory back, maybe your opponent decides to drop down a Digimon to try and stop him, your turn, swing, you can take out maybe 1 security, maybe 2 if there's enough Digimon and Tamers on the board. But Quartzmon, there are ways to hard counter him. You got your Gaia Forces, you have Cocytus Breath, all these classic cards. But Quartzmon is a big threat, and I look forward to seeing if and how he changes up how the meta is currently played. Alright, for our next pack, we have Wisemon. Oh, we got Greymon, a 5/3/5 who Digivolves for 2 off of Agumons. When Digivolving, if you don't got a tie, you can play a tie. Pretty good. All turns, he gives Greymons and Omnimons an extra 1,000 DP. Then we got Swimmon, this little fish Digimon. He's a 3/0/4. Nothing else to say, just a tropical fish Digimon. Pretty cool. Then we got Home Run Blast, Laplace's Demon. Oh, here we go. Yesayamon, a 5/2/4 Digimon who can Digivolve off of save. On play and when Digivolving, you can play a Ryu, Ren or Ryoma from your hand without paying their cost. His on deletion saves and lets us take a save Digimon from our trash and put it under one of our tamers. He can also Digicross for a cost of 3 instead of 5 if you put a Digimon under him. And during your turn, he gives save Digimon to extra 2,000 DP. Next we have the 4-cost option, Pyro Dragons. We can delete one of our opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. Then, if we have a Digimon with Hybrid, we may have one of our Digimon with Hybrid trait gain 3,000 DP for the turn and attack a player with it. So, an effective blitz if we're going over our turn with this. Its security effect lets us delete one of our opponent's Digimon with 3,000 DP or less. Next we have Dracomon, a 4/0/1 who can Digivolve off save and Digicrosses for 2. His on play reveals up to 3 Tamer cards in our hand and place them at the bottom of our deck in any order in order to draw 1. So it's an interesting way to cycle if you really needed to. It says up to, so you don't have to put away 3, you can put away 1 instead. His Inherited gives save Digimon an extra 2,000 DP, just like his champion level does. Not really much else to say about this guy. He's an interesting way to cycle your deck. Oh, you draw 1 for each card placed. Okay, that's a little more powerful. I misread that at first. Still, to put away 3 to draw 3, it's an interesting choice. Next we have this Demi-Vmon, who when attacking, if we have a green Digimon in play, draw 1. Very nice for Imperial Dramon decks. Next we have Ariu, or Iru? I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce her name, I apologize. We'll just go with Suzaki since I think I can pronounce that. Start of your main phase, if you can place a Digimon with save in its text under this tamer specifically, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2,000 DP for the turn. When one of your Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with save, you can suspend this tamer, place a card from under one of your tamers as the bottom Digivolution, and reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. And for our rares, we get Takato, a 4-cost to play memory tamer here. His main effect, we can place this tamer and a Growlmon and a War Growlmon from our trash in any order as the bottom Digivolution cards of a Guilmon. That Digimon may Digivolve into Gallantmon for the cost, but ignoring its level. The Digimon Digivolved also gains 2,000 DP, so this is a decent way to get Biomerge into the game. I look forward to seeing the other Season 3 Tamers getting their partner Digimon equivalents, but for now we got Takato doing this Biomerge Digivolution. It's pretty cool. Oh, and I believe for our other rare, this is not just a super rare Imperial Dramon Fighter mode. This is the alternate art for Imperial Dramon Fighter mode, I believe. He is a 13/5/13 off of blue and green, Digivolves for 2 off of Dragon mode, and when Digivolving, you suspend all of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the owner's hand, and by returning one Imperial Dramon Dragon mode from his Digivolution sources, you can place all of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the owner's deck instead. Very nice, very powerful, big board wipe from the big man himself, and during all turns, this Digimon gains 1,000 DP for each color in its Digivolution cards. So, for the most case, you're going to walk away with an extra +2. If he has 2 or more colors, he gains Security +1 and Blocker. Very powerful. I do have an Imperial Dramon deck that I run on occasion. So it's nice that there are a couple cards in here that'll spice things up for me. Hopefully I'll get a Dragon mode at least, at least one copy to see what that does. But for now, it's nice to just get the bigger one. For our next pack, we get Betsumon, Vmon, Sagomon, Wizardmon X Antibody, a 6/2/6 Digimon, Digivolves for 0 off Wizard. When Digivolving, we can trash the 2 cards up from our deck. If Wizardmon or X Antibody is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, it gains Blocker until the end of your opponent's turn instead. So, you can either trash 2 cards, but but it gains blocker instead if you go with Wizardmon or X Antibody. So it really depends on what kind of strategy you're trying to do here. Because if you Digivolve on top of Wizardmon intentionally, he just gains blocker. He doesn't trash those top two. So if you're going for a trashing deck, you might not want to play Wizardmon at all. Interesting. When attacking once per turn, trash the top two cards of your deck. Next we got Yakimon, a 3/2/3 with blocker. Just a fairly generic Digimon here, but 3 costs to play blocker that is also a champion. That is a pretty quick Digimon, if nothing else. Then we have Agumon. And Flamemon, a 3/0/1 who's on play. We can trash a hybrid to draw 2. And during our turn, his inherited gives hybrids and 10 warriors an extra 2,000 DP. Next we get Ryoma, 3 cost to play Tamer. Start of your main phase, if this Tamer has 2 or fewer cards under it, we can place a Digimon with save under its in its text to its from our trash under this Tamer. I was wondering what makes him different. Interesting. When one of our Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon with save, he's got the same effect as the other 2. You can just put a Digimon from under a Tamer underneath by suspending him and reduce the cost by 1. So with enough Tamers, with enough Digimon under, you can get some pretty for free Digivolutions off these guys. Next we have a Kakimon, a 3/0/1 who Digivolves off save. And if this Digimon has save in its text, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2,000 DP for the turn. Then we have Burning Greymon, a 6/3/6 who can Digivolve off a Goonimon for 1. He can also Digivolve off Red Tamers as if they were Digimon. And when Digivolving, this Digimon gains 2,000 DP for the turn. He also gives Hybrid and 10 Warriors 2,000 extra DP, just like Flamemon. And for our rares, we get the 10 cost Gipped Particle Cannon. While we have a Tamer with Hunter in play, we can ignore the color requirements. Its main ability suspends all of our opponent's Digimon and Tamers, and our opponent's cards don't unsuspend during their next unsuspend phase. So it's a good way to pause the game for 10 memory. Security effect suspends all of your opponent's Digimon and Tamers. Ooh, and we also get a super rare. We get Gallantmon, a 12/4/12 red Digimon who has the ability Raid. This is one of the fairly new abilities that when attacking, he can redirect his attack to the unsuspended highest DP Digimon. When Digivolving, we can delete an opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. And when attacking, we can delete an opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this effect, though, we can trash the top card of their security. So don't feel bad swinging into an empty board, because you do gain a benefit for that. However, it's better to Digivolve off of cards like that Gigimon we got earlier, so that you can increase the DP level of what you're deleting. Alright, we're already getting off to a good start. We got a few good packs so far. And our next pack's starting off pretty nice too, because I can't say no to a Greymon. Geckomon. We got Cho Hakaimon, 737, who Digivolves off of Save Digimon, of course. When Digivolving, for every 2 cards in her Digivolution cards, we can activate the following effect. We can lower one of our opponent's Digimon's DP by 3,000. So if you got 4 Digimon cards underneath this one, you can get 6,000 DP off of 1 Digimon or 3,000 off of 2, however you want to do it. It's a pretty good Digivolution. When an opponent's Digimon is deleted by having 0 DP, draw 1. Nice. And it's not a once per turn ability, so if you can pull that off multiple times, you can get a lot of cards. If this Digimon has save in text, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2,000 DP for the turn. Next we got Futmon, which is actually a fan-made Digimon, fun fact. 8/2/9 Digimon, just a vanilla, but still, 9,000 DP is a very strong ultimate level Digimon. Then we got another Spiking Strike, another Shoutmon, Dobermon, a 4/2/5 who can Digivolve off of Save Digimon, and gives retaliation to any Digimon saved off of him. Next we have Stingmon, who does the same thing XVmon does. He's a 4/2/4, which can DNA Digivolve and gain memory if we Digivolve into a blue Digimon. But instead of giving jamming, he gives Imperial Dramon and free trait Digimon piercing. Then we have Jetmervamon, a 13/13 Digimon who can Digivolve either for 5 off level 5 or 2 off of level 6. She also has Armor Purge, which is greatly welcomed at a level 6 Digimon. On play and when Digivolving, so it doesn't matter which way you do this, you may place one Digimon card with Crossheart trait from your hand or from under one of your tamers as a bottom Digivolution card. Then, if they have Sparrowmon in its Digivolution cards, until the end of your opponent's turn, all of your Digimon gain blocker and cannot be returned to hands or decks. So, not going to stop you from getting blown up, but going to stop you from getting bounced away. During all turns, when one of your other Digimon is deleted, you can unsuspend this Digimon. Once per turn, of course. Jetmervamon can also Digicross off of Mervamon and Sparrowmon, so you could play this Digimon for 7 if you're Digicrossing. Next we got Damemon, a 5/2/4. Digivolves for 2 off of Save Digimon. On play and when Digivolving, we reveal the top 3 cards of our deck, and we can play Taiki, Yu, or Tageru from among them without paying the cost, put the rest at the bottom. On deletion, saves and puts a save Digimon under one of our tamers. It can also Digicross for 2 with a Digimon with save in its text. So for 3, you could plop this guy down. During your opponent's turn, while this Digimon has save in its text, it gains blocker. Oh, hey, there we go. Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode. That's what I was looking for. A 12/4/12 Digimon who Digivolves for 3 off Pyeel Dramon or Dino Beamon. When Digivolving, if this Digimon has a blue Digivolution card, you unsuspend it. And if it has a green Digivolution card, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. At the end of attack, this Digimon may Digivolve into an Imperial Dramon. And when this would Digivolve that way, reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. So, at the end of attack, you can Digivolve for free into Imperial Dramon. Crazy. Oh, and our other rare Be Still My Heart is Metal Greymon, a 7/4/7 who can Digivolve for 3 off Greymon. He also has the Raid ability that we saw earlier in Gallantmon. And all turns, when an attack target is switched, that doesn't have to be Metal Greymon's, it can be any attack target is switched. You may play one black or red tamer with a play cost of 4 or less from your hand without paying the cost. It also gives Greymons and Omnimons piercing. Very strong. So it seems, they went with a dual color red route for both of the Agumons of the past, but they decided to go with black for Ty's Agumon and yellow for Marcus's, fitting in with a lot of cards that already exist in the game, which is a smart decision, but also fitting in with the new black starter deck that should be coming out for Ty and Matt in Japan pretty soon. But that's Japan, which is months and months away from here. For now, we have a booster pack with Mermaidmon. We got Footmon, Burgermon, who's a 3/0/4 vanilla Digimon, but look how cute he is. He's making a burger, and he is a burger, and look at the little buns. I like these guys. I like the food-based Digimon. Then we have Greymon, a 5/3/5 who Digivolves for 2 off of Agumon or the dinosaur trait. So if there are like snow Agumons and stuff, you can't Digivolve off of them, but that's okay. When Digivolving, if you don't got a Marcus, you can play a Marcus. During your turn, when one of your red or yellow tamers becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2,000 DP. Then we got Dobermon. Then we got Mikemon, or Mikemon, depending on pronunciations. A 4/2/4 Digimon who's inherited. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, gain a memory. Nice. Then we have Great Maelstrom, a 9-cost option card. But you can place one of your blue Digimon as the bottom Digivolution card of one of your other Digimon to make this only 3 cost. Its main effect returns one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck. and then its security effect activates this ability. Then we got another Ren, and Koromon, XVmon, and for our rares, another V-Laser, and Pyldramon, an 8/4/8 who can DNA Digivolve off a blue or green Digimon of level 4. When Digivolving, you trash 3 Digivolution cards of all your opponent's Digimon. Then if DNA Digivolving, 2 of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack until the end of your opponent's turn. At the end of attack, if this Digimon has Imperial Dramon or free traits, gain a memory. Nice. Yeah, I look forward to building a black Greymon deck and a Imperial Dramon deck after opening this booster pack. I'm hoping maybe I get the War Greymon as one of my SRs. That would be very nice, but it seems the cards are at least telling me to do Imperial Dramon. They're also telling me to do Mercurymon and Swimmon. Oh, look, it's Jagamon. Oh, he's a 7/3/7. Oh, look how happy he is. On deletion, you can add up to 2 Yakimon and or Patatmon from our hand without paying the costs. Oh, you lose your potato, but that's okay because your potato grows into more potatoes. Then we got Pyro Dragons, Ganemon, a 4/2/4 who digivolves off save and gives a reboot to Digimon that are digivolved off of him. That's always appreciated. Then Great Maelstrom, Wizardmon X, Astamon, Demivemon, Shoutmon King version. And for our rares, we got Ancient Mermaidmon, a 13/5/13. When digivolving, we can play a blue Digimon with hybrid trait or Aqua, Sea, or Sea Animal in one of its traits from one of our blue Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. So again, this is another wide board blue Digimon. On deletion, same as the other Ancients, lets us play a blue level 4 or lower Digimon with hybrid in their traits from our hand. And finally, we get Super Eradication Attack, a black and red 2-cost option. If we have a level 6 Digimon with Machine trait in play, we can play this card without meeting the color requirement. So, clearly designed for Machine Dramon and Machine Dramon adjacent Digimon. Choose one of your Digimon with Machine or Cyborg trait. Delete that Digimon and one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to that Digimon. Its security effect lets us trash 1 card with Cyborg or Machine in its traits to delete a Digimon with the play cost less than or equal to the trashed card's play cost. So I would definitely run at least 2, because if you're already destroying them with a giant Machine Dramon, you can find ways to cheese out another one. For only 2 to digivolve to delete an opponent's Digimon of such caliber, it's very hard to pass up. Then we have, in this pack, we got Flamemon, another Mikamon. We have Gokumon, a 6/3/6 who digivolves off save. When you would play this card from your hand, if your opponent has a Digimon with security attack in play, reduce the play cost by 3. Wow, okay, so under the right circumstances, you can play for 3 a Digimon that is level 5. Until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -1 when attacking with a Digimon digivolved on top of that. Then we have Calamarmon and Omnishoutmon, a 7/3/7 who digivolves off of save Digimon. When digivolving, you can choose any number of your opponent's Digimon whose total adds up to 4,000 DP or less, and delete them. For every 2 cards in his Digivolution sources, we can add 3,000 to the maximum DP-based deletion effect that this card can do. So you could either get rid of 1 big Digimon or an entire board of little Digimon. During your turn, if it has 4 or more Digivolution cards, it gains security attack +1. And when attacking as an inherited, you can delete an opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less if this Digimon has save in its text. So you can delete a lot of Digimon with the Shoutmon strategy. I would say if you're fighting Shoutmon, go for a big Digimon rather than a wide board. Then we got Yakimon. Next we have Tuarmon, a 5 cost to play, 6,000 power, digivolves for 3 off level 3 or 1 off level 4. Digivolves for 3 off a level 3 with save in text as well. When digivolving, you can de-digivolve one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. However, for every 2 cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, we can add 1 to the maximum level. So, if he's got 4 under, we can turn a level 7 back into a level 6. His on deletion saves and puts a saved Digimon under one of our Tamers, and during the opponent's turn, he gives a saved Digimon blocker. Next we have Uamano, a 3-cost to play. Start of your turn, by placing a Digimon with save from your hand under this Tamer, we gain a memory. I know it says we gain 2,000. We can give a Digimon 2,000 DP, but that's not the case. This one I actually do know has been errated because people have already told me about this card. During your turn, when one of your Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon with save, you can suspend him and reduce the cost by 1 by putting a Digimon under one of your Tamers. It's the same as all the other hunters we've seen so far. Next we have the 7th Full Cluster. This is a trash effect, which is kind of interesting. 7 cost to play, but so when one of your Digimon digivolves into Beelzemon X Antibody, you can return this card to the bottom of your deck to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. Its main effect deletes one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level. Perfect for opponents that only have 1 Digimon on board. Not so great if they've got a level 3 sitting next to their level 6. Next we have another Burning Greymon, and for our rares we get Balmon, and Taiki. 3 cost to play. Start of your main phase, you can place one of your Digimon with save under this Tamer and draw 1. Then its effect is the same as every other Hunter Tamer we've seen. By suspending him at the start during your turn when the Digimon would digivolve, you can reduce the cost by 1 by putting one of the Digimon under one of your Tamers under that. It's a big theme. All 6 Tamers do it. It's crazy. Ooh, we get a lot of Tamers in this pack, though. I mean, the Hunters all do roughly the same thing, but we also get every Tamer from the history of Digimon. It's like the big Red Ranger season. It's pretty cool. In our next pack, we have Zenimon, Pillowmon, Ebiburgermon, a 302 Digimon whose on play reveals the top card of our deck. Add it to our hand if it's a green Digimon card, and then if it's not, put it at the bottom of our deck. Impmon X Antibody, Guilmon, Otamamon, Potamon, Psychmon, a 402 who can Digicross off of a save Digimon. Also digivolves for 0 off of a level 2 with save. His on play, we can return a Digimon with save in its text from under one of our Tamers to our hand, and his on deletion saves himself. When attacking, if this Digimon has save in its text, draw 1. Next we have a Gunimon, a 625 Digimon who can slide evolution off Burning Greymon for 1. He can also digivolve off one of our Takuyas as if they were a level 3 red Digimon. So he is not a normal hybrid. It is specifically Takuya for his Digivolution. On deletion, we can play a Flamemon from our hand suspended without paying the cost. His on deletion also, if he's inherited, lets us play a Takuya from our hand without paying the cost. Then we have Sephirothmon, and for our rares we start with Wargrowlmon, an 838. When digivolving, we can delete an opponent's Digimon of 4,000 DP or less. If no Digimon was deleted by this, we can digivolve this guy into a level 6 Digimon with Gallantmon in its name for the Digivolution cost. When he would digivolve that way, we reduce the cost by 1. So it would be about, like, for example, the Gallantmon that it came out, that we pulled already. It would cost 6 to go all the way up if you don't delete anything, but it's still a power play. If your opponent has no Digimon in play at the end of an attack, and this Digimon is Growlmon or Gallantmon, you gain 2 memory. Nifty. And finally, our other rare is Gran Kowagamon, a 12-4-12 who can digivolve for 3 off Dino Beamon. When digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, this Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon. During your turn, when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, gain a memory. Nice. So, under the right circumstances, you could digivolve for 2. Our next pack has Yasaimon, a Jokermon, a 526, just a vanilla purple. We got Geogreymon, Bergamon, Pillowmon, Guilmon, Ebibergamon, Dracomon, Monimon, a Digimon that has save in its text, draws 1 on deletion. This is a Digimon with save in text, so it does count for hunters. We got Suzaki, and then for our rares we have Particle Cannon and another Takato. I think this booster box is starting to push me towards Takato instead of Tai. Not a big fan of that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the Gallantmon strategy, but it's not really my thing. My thing is more of Otamamon. Then we got Zenimon, Impmon X, Omnishoutmon, Potamon, Calamaramon, Sagomon, XVmon. Oh, Wormmon, a 3/0/1 who reveals the top 3 cards of our deck on play. We can add an Imperial Dramon or free Digimon and a Digimon Tamer card with Ken in its name. Its inherited is also like Vmons. We can DNA Digivolve at the end of our turn. Oh, then we have Gumdramon, a 4/0/2, Digivolves off save Digimon, or can Digicross for 2 off of a Digimon with save in text. We can place a Digimon card with save in its text from our hand under one of our Tamers to draw 1. His on deletion saves. When attacking, if this Digimon has save in text, draw 1, which is a good inherited. And for our rares, we get Shining Blast and oh! Alright, I think we got 2 alt arts in this deck. Our other one is Ulforce Vidramon X Antibody, a 12/4/12 Digimon who digivolves for 1 off Ulforce Vidramon. When digivolving, you unsuspend this Digimon or you unsuspend this Digimon or one of your blue Tamers. During all of your turns, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, if you have a blue Tamer in play, or this Digimon has Ulforce Vidramon in its Digivolution cards, you can return one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest level to its owner's hand. Nice. Very solid effect. Well, that's kind of a bummer though. I was kind of hoping for an alt art of Wargreymon or something, but that's okay. These are good cards. They make good trade fodder for people who are more interested in Ulforce Vidramon than I am. I unfortunately did not get any Renas from the last pack. I'm still looking for one just for collection reasons, but we're good. We're good. Right now we're good because we got Swimmon. And then we'll get Flamemon, Chohakaimon, Spiking Strike, Wizardmon X, Pyro Dragons, Bergamon, Gigimon, Aristodramon, Lanamon. And for our rares, we'll start with Overflowing Power. If you have a Hunter, you don't need the color requirements for this Digimon card, or this option card. Its main effect, digivolve one of our Digimon into a Digimon with save in its text under one of our Tamers for the Digivolution cost. Its security adds this card to hand. It's interesting. This is good for just letting us quickly Digivolve, but I don't know. I think maybe 1 or 2 in a deck. You're still paying the cost, and I'd rather just Digivolve into something in my hand than something underneath a Tamer. Ooh, our other rare is Aldamon, an 8/3/8 with a hand effect. You can place an Agunimon and a Burning Greymon from our trash under one of our Takuyas in order to Digivolve into this card as if Takuya was a level 4 red Digimon. On deletion, we can return a Takuya from our trash to our hand. Mind you, if you have the right Burning Greymon under, when Takuya gets trashed or gets returned to hand from Aldamon, you can play him using Burning Greymon's effect. So it's a great way to cycle your Takuya if you're just going for rapid attack after rapid attack. The fact that there is a hand effect in Digimon now, also there's a trash effect in Digimon now, shows that the game is still growing and changing, which is nice. The game has not become stagnant. Although, I'm always worried about power creep on the horizon, so let's see what happens with hand and trash effects in the future. But in the present, we got Ganemon, Home Run Blast, Mermaimon, Omnishoutmon, Yasamon, Dobermon, Geckomon, Monimon, Stingmon, oh, Lampmon, a 12-3-11 Digimon who has this weird crazy look in his eye. When digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2 security attack. During your turn, this Digimon gains security attack if for each of your opponent's Digimon with security attack. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, depending on how many Digimon your opponent has with security attack, this guy can get a lot of pluses off. I mean, he's guaranteed at least 1 when digivolving. That's interesting. Next we have Rise Greymon, a 7-4-7 who can digivolve for 3 off Geo Greymon. When digivolving, if you have a yellow or red tamer in play, gain a memory, so effectively digivolving for 2 off Geo Greymon. During all turns, when one of your tamers is deleted, you can place a Marcus from your trash on top of your security stack face down. Also during all turns as an inherited, when one of your tamers is deleted, place 1 Marcus Damon from your trash on top of your security stack face down. So whether you're digivolving or leaving him as is, this Rise Greymon works great with the new Marcus card that comes in this pack. And now we have Davis Motomiya, a 3-cost to play tamer. His start of main phase, if you have a Digimon with the free trait or a tamer with Ken in its name in play, gain a memory. During your turn, when one of your 2-color blue and green Digimon attacks, you can suspend this tamer to let that Digimon digivolve into an Imperial Dramon in its name from your hand for the cost. So yeah, obviously it's designed to get Imperial Dramon out there as fast as possible. I like that it does include Ken. I don't think he gets a tamer in this booster pack. If he does, we haven't run into it yet, but it's nice to see they are including Ken, even if in the past Ken's tamer cards haven't been that great. In our next pack we have Twarmon, Flamemon, another Greymon, Wizardmon X, Yakimon, Footmon, Agumon, Jetmervamon, Opossumon, Toikari Balmon, and for our rares we start with Clockmon. He is a 4-cost to play, 4,000 power Digimon with blocker. His on-play reveals the top 3 cards of our deck, and we can add 2 Digimon with save in their text as long as they're different colors to our hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of our deck. His on-deletion saves himself. Also during our turn, if this Digimon has save as an inherited, it gains jamming. Nice. Oh, okay. Alright. I like that. We got the secret rare. Look at that. 2 alt arts and a secret rare. Unless that Imperial Dramon just is really sick art, it's not a alt art. Alright, we got Darkness Bagramon, which is great because I do run a nice Bagra army deck. A 16-15 Digimon who digivolves for 6 off of a purple level 6 and 9 off of a black level 5. So very specific. He can also digicross off a Dark Knightmon and a Bagramon for the combined cost of what is that? For 10. You could hard play him for 10 if you're really feeling bold here. His on play and when digivolving deletes one of your opponent's Digimon. Okay, suddenly 10 cost doesn't seem so bad. Then, you may place up to 5 Digimon with Bagra Army from their traits as the Digivolution cards of this Digimon. During your opponent's turn, when an opponent's Digimon digivolves or attacks, you can trash 5 cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards to return all Tamers to the owner's hands. Fun. You know what, honestly, I kind of do want to run at least 1 or 2 of this guy in my Bagra Army deck. I don't win very often with Bagra Army, but I do come very close. This might be the card needed to get that deck over the top. Alright, our next one also starts with Twarmon. Well, maybe that's a good sign for cards to come, because we got Agumon, Gokumon, Great Maelstrom, Wisemon, Growlmon, Laplace's Demon, Yu, Wormmon, Gumdramon, Oh, hey, for our rares, we got Takuya. He's a security that lets us play him, just like all other tamers, but his is up here because he's one of the tamers that has an actual inherited. Start of your turn, if you have 2 memory or less, set it to 3. So he's a memory tamer on top of everything else. During your turn, this Digimon gains 2,000 DP, and if it has 10,000 or more, it gains during your turn. When this Digimon checks an opponent's security, gain 2 memory. So it checks the opponent's security. So even if it dies, you still gain that 2 memory. Very nice. Very powerful. Our other rare is Ancient Wisemon. In our next pack, we have Vmon, Shoutmon, Ganemon, Home Run Blast, Spiking Strike, Pyro Dragons, Wisemon, Damemon. Oh, Shogun Gekomon. A 7/3/7 when digivolving. You can place a blue level 5 or lower Digimon from your hand as the bottom Digivolution card of this Digimon, and then trash the bottom 2 Digivolution cards of an opponent's Digimon. His All Turns ability, when a Digivolution card of an opponent's Digimon is trashed, gain a memory. Very nice. Then we got 7th Full Cluster, and for our rares, another Clockmon, and Dino Beamon, a 8/4/8, who DNA digivolves off blue and green Digimon as well. When digivolving, if DNA digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and this Digimon gains 3,000 DP for the turn. Then, this Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon. When one of your Digimon with Imperial Dramon in its name or free in its traits deletes an opponent's Digimon, trash the top card of your opponent's security. Combine that with Piercing, and you have a fantastic way of finishing the game, even if your opponent has 1 security left. In our next pack, we have Yasamon, Gokumon, Mermaimon, Betsumon, Agumon, Jagamon, Gekomon, Kozenimon, Shoutmon, King version, Astamon, and for our rares, Balmon X, and the SR Emperor Greymon. This is an 11/3/11 Digimon with security attack +1 innately. When digivolving, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 or less DP. If this Digimon has a red tamer in its Digivolution cards, you can delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP instead. On deletion, you can play a Takuya from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So, play your cards right, pun intended, and you could get a couple Takuyas out instead of just one. In our next pack, we start off with Jagamon, followed by Footmon, Vmon, Agumon, Mikemon, Shoutmon, Choo-Choo-mon, Ikakimon, another Agunimon, Ren, and for our rares, Ancient Wisemon, and Beelzemon X Antibody. This demonic boy is a 13/4/12 Digimon who digivolves for 1 off Beelzemon. When digivolving, if you got Beelzemon or X Antibody in your Digivolution cards, you trash the top card of your opponent's security for every 10 cards in your trash. So he's definitely intended to be a late game player. On deletion, you may play 1 Digimon card with Impmon in its name from your trash without paying the cost, which allows you to cycle back into all the Impmon shenanigans that warp Digivolve back into Beelzemon and then Beelzemon X Antibody, and you get that point. It's all about the trash with those boys. It's all about running through the dumpster with your pet imp. But if you run through the dumpster enough, you might find a card like Chokahaimon, or Dobermon, or Mercurymon. You got Geogreymon, Metal Life Kawagamon, Great Maelstrom, Growlmon, Dracmon, Demi-Vmon, Suzaki. And for our rare, we got Marcus Damon, which is good. I need 4 of him. He is a 4 to play, but not because he's a memory tamer. If you have a Digimon with Agumon or Greymon in its name in play, you can pay 1 memory, and for the turn, this Digimon is also treated as a 3000 DP Digimon that cannot Digivolve. During your turn, when this tamer becomes suspended, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a card with Greymon in its name from your hand without paying the cost. So Digivolve for free while swinging at security with this boy. Very nice. Oh, hey, and our other rare is the other Agumon. We got the 3 cost to play Tai Kamiya. On play and a start of main phase, so whether you're plopping him down now or you're using his ability later. One of your Digimon with Agumon or Greymon gets 1000 DP and gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. During your turn, when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Greymon or Omnimon, you can suspend this tamer to gain a memory. Nice. And then its security, of course, lets you play him without cost. Well, I'm kind of hoping in these last 3 packs that we pull at least one more Marcus or Tai, because, you know, kind of a bummer that I only have one of each. I mean, as a collector, that's great, but I really kind of wanted to play. So, hope that we pull a Marcus or Tai behind this Jokermon. Sagomon, Metal Life Kawagamon, Geo Greymon, Betsumon, Yakimon, Mercurymon, Koromon, Ryoma, Shogun Gekomon, and for our rares, a Taiki. Oh, well, I'll take that. This was our 3rd to last booster pack, and the bronze medal has brought us War Greymon, a 12/4/12 Digimon who can Digivolve for 3 off Metal Greymons, who also has Raid. When Digivolving, until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gains 3000 DP and Reboot. And during all turns, when an attack target is switched, unsuspend this Digimon. So War Greymon can attack, use his Raid ability to swing at a different target and unsuspend. Then, during your opponent's turn, let's say you found a way to give him the inherited of blocker, he could protect, unsuspend. There's a lot you can do with this. So this is very nice. I'm very glad I at least got my hands on 1 copy. Alright, Silver Medal. Let's see what the Silver Medal, the penultimate booster pack, has in store for us. And it has Laplace's Demon, Bergamon, Jokermon, Choo-Choo-Mon, Swimmon, Mikemon, Ebi Bergamon, Ryoma, Ikakimon, Burning Greymon, and for our rares, War Growlmon, ooh, and Shine Greymon, the other Greymon. Very nice, very nice. Alright, he is a 12/4/12 who can Digivolve for 3 off of Rise Greymons. When Digivolving, for each yellow and or red tamer you have in play, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon lose 3000 DP for the turn. In addition to that, he gives Marcus Daemons an extra 3000 DP and security attack +1. So, you swing with Marcus, Digivolve to Shine Greymon for free, and continue that attack with a security plus. Very nice. I don't think anything's really going to top that. We got secret rares, we got Greymons. Let's see if this final booster pack can bring us home. Starting off strong with waifu material. I mean, look at that. There you go. You got Calamaramon. You got Greymon, Guilmon, Ebi Bergamon, Zenimon, Otamamon, Pillowmon, Lampmon, Kozenimon, Psychmon, and for our rares, final Crossblade for the final booster pack, and the Watchmaker. Well, if we're going to end, might as well end on a new card. He is a 3 cost to play, whose on play reveals the top 3 cards of our deck. We can add a Digimon card with save in its text, and 1 card with Hunter trait among them to our hand, so on play, potentially draw 2, and place the rest at the bottom of our deck in any order. If we have 4 or more tamers in play, we can suspend this tamer to give one of our save Digimon security attack +1 for the turn. So yeah, not bad. Alright, well, unless I'm mistaken, and this Imperial Dramon art is just really, really cool, we got ourselves one secret rare, one alternate art, maybe another alternate art, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 super rares. Overall, though, looking forward to seeing how the Rainbow Save deck works. Seeing I've faced it once at my locals because of the pre-release already happening. This is really cool. I like this. I'm glad that I got all the different kinds of Greymons, Emperor, Shine, War. So, as a Greymon fan, this has been a very nice booster pack. As a Digimon fan, this is a nice booster pack because it is the history of Digimon through multiple lenses. But, you know, I know everybody else has their own favorites. So, as always, let me know in the comments if you saw your favorite Digimon or if there was a Digimon you were really hoping was going to get a card but didn't. Either way, thank you as always for watching, and I will see you in the next video. This is the Hero of Julios, Xing out.